High in the air, deep left field. Gurriel in front of the track. Diamondbacks win it.
Welcome back to your Valley Sports Plug Arizona Diamondbacks recap for April 15th through April 28th, 2024. My name's Chris Patrick. That's Michael Benjamin and VSP Tallman, and we're here to break it all down for you. In the last 2 weeks, the Arizona Diamondbacks have gone 5-8 over 4 series, off to a bit of a bumpy start for the 2024 campaign, and their overall record currently standing at 13-16. On April 15th, the Diamondbacks started a 3-game series at home with the Chicago Cubs, and despite 3 close games, they were only able to win 1, and the Cubs took the series. Next, it was off to San Francisco for a 4-game stint with the Giants. They were able to split this series 2-2. Staying on the road, we head out to St. Louis for a 3-game series with the Cardinals, and our old friend Paul Goldschmidt. After dropping Game 1, they blew the Cardinals out 14-1 in Game 2, but unfortunately weren't able to win the series as St. Louis took Game 3. And this past weekend, the Diamondbacks close out their road trip in Seattle, taking on the Mariners for a 3-game stint, and an all-too-familiar pattern started to unfold as they win 1 and drop 2, of course, losing the series. But Mike, let's go ahead and pass it over to you for your thoughts on the last 2 weeks and the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Yikes, fellas. I mean, what can we say to start this one? This team is broken. And not fundamentally broken. Like, they're physically broken. Just the continued injury additions. You look at the bullpen with Kyle Nelson, Luis Frias, and Miguel Castro. At least the last 2 have started throwing programs this week, so they should be coming back pretty soon. But then moving Eduardo Rodriguez to the 60-day IL on the 17th just hurts my soul, man. It was a guy we were waiting for, and we have to continue to wait. At least Alex Thomas has started running bases, but then the killers, man. Merrill Kelly going down for a month, and at least, thank God, we dodged the oncoming train of Gallen going down, as he did throw a bullpen session on Monday. So he looks like he'll be ready to go. But fellas, how am I supposed to judge this team? Like in any manner right now. Let's be honest. Our shortstop right now, Kevin Newman, was he ever going to really get any time before these injuries happen? I don't think so. Your starting center fielder is out. So you got guys like Blaze Alexander having to fill in a little bit more at DH, which is swapping guys out of position. Then we got Corbin Carroll, who's kind of forgotten how to swing a bat. So it's when it rains, it pours right now, right? You score over 3 runs 4 times in 2 weeks. And guess what? Those were our only wins, except for squeaking out the stinker in Seattle to not get swept. So I will say there is a positive with Jordan Montgomery finally getting his first start, right? In the absolute shellacking against San Francisco. 6 solid innings, only 4 hits and 3 Ks, 1 earned run. And he did get the loss against St. Louis, but 7 innings, only 3 earned runs. When this team doesn't give you run support, there's not much else you can do right now. So it's treading water right now, right? The age-old saying. How many times have we talked about this shit, fellas? But that's where we're at, and we'll continue to fight through this summer. But that's all I got, Tallman. So what do you have?
Yeah, Mike, I mean, you hit it right on the head there. This team just feels like it's just trying to keep its head above water. We're just treading, and just trying to stay 500 or close to 500. I feel like our record should be worse than it is, right? The injuries are killer. I mean, the Merrill Kelly one, I just wanted to just throw my coffee mug against the wall when I heard it. But hey, man, great teams overcome these injury issues. Everyone has them, right? But it's hard to expect greatness from Kevin Newman and Blaze Alexander and relying on Ciccone and Tommy Henry to get stuff done. I mean, granted, I'll give him some credit. Ciccone did fly in the night before the Sunday game where Kelly was a late scratch, and he did pitch good. And like you mentioned, he handed the game off to the bullpen with a chance for this team to win the game. Tommy Henry's done all right as well, so we'll give them some praise. But imagine where we'd be at right now if we did not make that Jordan Montgomery signing. We would be screwed because Montgomery did look good, but the offense is it's hard to watch. You know, like we just went on that 10 road game streak there. In 8 of those games, we scored 17 total runs. In 2 of those games, we scored 31 runs. We either score 2, 1, 3 runs and get 3 or 4 hits, or we're scoring 12, 14, 17 runs. It's the offense is just extremely inconsistent. And Guys, I'm worried about Corbin Carroll. I mean, he's off. He's batting well under 200. The guy just looks like he's in crisis mode right now. I mean, we know slumps happen, but man, he's in a big one. And I know in the last recap, I was like, don't worry, he's going to get out of it. He's going to turn it around. But I don't know. I'm starting to really get worried about that guy. Yeah, it's this team. We're just trying to keep our head above water. Hopefully, we can stay there. And when we get our guys back, hopefully, we can make a run and still be in it this year.
Yeah, guys, I mean, it's really hard to be able to add too much more than that. I mean, this is simply just not the same team as we saw last year. And it's crazy because the composition of the roster is so similar, but with the injuries just stacking up, as you highlighted, Mike, our pitching staff has just been absolutely ravished. We have Seawald, Nelson, Frias, Castro, Kelly. You mentioned Gallen getting banged up. It's insane. And that's not even mentioning the other side of the ball in Perdomo and Thomas, and the list goes on and on. Guys, I mean, we just have to take a deep breath. It's a long season. We're just a tiny hair of the way through it. And I would still say, I'm pretty sure, as I said on our last recap, it's better to struggle early than to struggle late, but they need to figure it out. We need to get healthy and get this ship going. The silver lining, I think, for me is that nobody else in the division is really off to a crazy start right now. I mean, the Dodgers are just 18-12. San Fran is just ahead of us in the rankings at 14-15. So not even a 500 record for them either. It's not too late for us to reel it in, get back on schedule, and start piling wins on top of each other. And that starts with them getting healthy. So I really look forward to that so we can truly see what this team is made of, see if we're still a championship caliber team, and go from there. But guys, only time will tell. And looking at the next 2 weeks for this Diamondbacks team, we're going to be at home taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers for a 3-game series. A big matchup in this schedule. Next, we'll stay at home to take on the San Diego Padres for a 3-game series. We'll hit the road to take on Cincinnati and Baltimore for a 3-game series each. And then we'll be back to keep you updated. Guys, we're going to keep bringing you a Diamondbacks recap every 2 weeks throughout this season. So make sure you like and subscribe for more Arizona Diamondbacks and Valley Sports action. But for Michael Benjamin and VSP Tallman, I'm Patrick, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye, Jace Peterson.